be an MMA champion, you need discipline. You need control, strength, speed, agility, and techniques so perfect they border on graceful. My friend Ralph has none of these.
I'm not gonna get a workout if you keep falling to the mat every 5 seconds.
Don't get me wrong, Ralph is a good fighter, but he probably wouldn't continue getting his ass kicked every week if it weren't because we needed the money.
Yeah, you know, you can study mating habits and feeding rituals all you want, but when it comes to like chasing an animal down a hole and like catching it with your bare hands, you need a killer's instinct, you know? There's just some things that you can't learn in your fancy colleges.
That's Patricio. He wouldn't know what they teach in fancy colleges. That's why he's in pest control. This is me. Likewise, I wouldn't usually be taking a pill you have to sign a death waiver for if we weren't desperately strapped for cash.
Oh, hi. I'm Darius Wemmy.
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm a doctor.
According to the study, this pill was an enzyme that was supposed to isolate the 21 grams that are lost when a person dies.
So, how are things at home?
They're fine, I guess. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, you're welcome. Are you ready to take this pill?
I guess. Do I have to take it dry?
No, of course not. Here you go.
Oh, okay. Is that straight vodka?
All right, so there are a few side effects that you need to be aware of. You have a slight chance of getting a headache, nausea, sudden change in pitch or voice, hallucinations, usually centered around childhood trauma, uncontrollable flatulence, and, oh yeah, death.
It really seems like you should have told me all of that before I took the pill.
Before you took the pill? Side effects before you took the pill? I don't get it.
Yeah, okay, so it'll be like $200. It's like $100 for catching the possum, and then it's like $50 for performing the service, and then it's like $50 for damages done by the possum. So yeah, it's like $200.
Wait. That's a dead cat.
Oh, okay, yeah, then it's like $300, but I can still charge you $200 if you throw in like some gauze and like some antibiotics.
So there are a few side effects that you need to be aware of. A headache, nausea, sudden change in pitch or voice.
I don't feel so good.
Hallucinations, usually centered around childhood trauma. Uncontrollable flatulence.
Oh. Yeah, I feel a lot better actually.
Oh yeah, death.
They found me later that day and buried me within the week. And I understand we were strapped for cash, and I'm not saying it wasn't a nice gesture, but Pat didn't have to bury me in the pet cemetery to use it as work.
I'm glad you can have so much fun right now. Especially considering if we can't come up with Dar's portion of the rent, we're gonna be living on the streets next month.
Yeah, okay, but like I was thinking about it, like why can't we just like like sell this stuff? Like it's not like he's using it, right?
Yeah, well, first of all, we can't exactly make much money off used nudie posters. Plus, everything in our apartment's been breaking. The toaster doesn't work, our pipes only run cold water, the whole apartment's creaking and moaning.
It's Ron. I come in now.
What? How did you get in here?
I'm the landlord. I have key.
My God, like what do you want, Dawn?
Just here to remind you that rent tomorrow is due for tomorrow.
Can you like cut us some slack or something? Like our best friend just died.
No one cut Tron slack. Tron go to a bank and tell them your friend died. No one give Tron nothing.
Okay, we'll figure something out.
You better. Oh, by the way, when you guys want to get into costume? It's Halloween. You need to be ready for party.
What party?
You said the crew go to Dave's party for Halloween. We still going, right?
Yeah, but like you're not like in the group.
Tron in crew. Tron the funny one. I'm funny.
You're not funny. You just do all these pranks. They're not even pranks. You just pull petty crimes.
That's not true. Remember that one time you introduced me to your friend Steve, and when he said hi, I punched him in the face? That was funny.
No, that was not funny. That was my brother. It made things really awkward between us. I don't even feel like going without Dar.
Come on. The best way to cheer up is to do something funny. I remember when my dad died back in Vietnam. I took my friend Tin out to the field, told me step on landmine. He stood there for 4 days and pissed himself. So funny. The whole village stand there and laughed at him. But there was no landmine. It was so funny.
That's not so funny. That is really cruel. He bit himself. Can't you just leave us in peace, Tron?
Fine. I can't go to your party. Tron throw his own party. Call it Tron's Party Palooza. When you see the pictures and the videos on the Facebook, you get so jealous. You had some party for loser, wishing you were at the party Palooza. I invite everyone. I invite your girlfriend, your mom, your friend Dave.
But why would Dave go to your party? He's throwing his own party.
When you see the pictures and the videos on the Facebook, you get jealous to me with the same party you went. And come to Tron's Party Palooza.
Listen, I didn't want to bring this up so close to Dar's funeral. But maybe we should rent his room then. I mean, we can't make the rent, just the two of us.
No, that is bull.
Whoa, it was like your suggestion.
I didn't say that.
Listen, first you guys talk about selling very tasteful posters, and now you want to give my room away to some stranger? What kind of friends are
Dar?
No, Dar's dead. Remember, I like buried him next to those celebrity shimps.
That's right. I'm a ghost. It took me about 3 days to figure out how to make myself visible and heard, but I finally got the hang of it on Halloween. Probably something to do with the fact that the world of the dead and the world of the living are at their closest on that day. Which really sucks when you think about it. I mean, Halloween is that holiday where a bunch of crazy people do stupid things just because they get in the mood with all the costumes and whatnot. And believe me, there's some really crazy people out there.
Exe demones, conjuro-te, audite vocem miem, asper, barax.
You can't rent out my room.
Yeah, but like, you're dead.
But I still live here.
You haven't been here in 3 days.
I've been here this entire time. I keep trying to do little things around the house so that you'll notice me.
Well, like what things?
You ever notice the toast always comes up early? That was me.
Great, we thought we had a broken toaster. And now we do have a broken toaster. You're the one that jammed the spring.
Okay, I'm sorry about the toaster. What about, the water always runs cold in the shower? I'm doing that.
Oh, well that sounds like a broken water heater.
You're like in the room when we're taking a shower?
What I see or don't see while you shower is no one's business but mine.
Yeah, okay, like, by the way, like, I have a condition. You know, like my doctor says I have to apply ointment every time a day.
Wouldn't the water wash off all the ointment?
Yeah, that's the idea.
It doesn't matter. If you want to keep your room, you'd have to bring in income.
Then let's just figure out a way for me to bring in some income. I mean, I can be seen and heard now.
How are you going to get paid? You're going to walk down to the welfare office and claim a disability check based on the grounds that you're dead?
We can like hold like fake seances and stuff, and like he can pretend to be like people's like uncles and stuff like that, and then like make money like that.
If he was someone's uncle, he'd probably know something about them and not everything about Rocky IV. Plus, he doesn't even sound like their uncle.
Well, I can do a really good Harry Carey though. I can be like, hey, what if I wasn't dead? What, Pat?
Yeah, how come you still look like you?
Who should I look like?
I mean, like, aren't ghosts always like either like really sexy and like they make like pottery with Demi Moore, or like they're like really scary, like in Ghostbusters?
That's it! Yeah, you dumbass. Patrick Swayze was sexy before he died in Ghost.
Oh, that makes a lot more sense.
No, we can be Ghostbusters.
Get hype! Get hype! Get hype! Get hype! Yeah!
TNN. Go ahead, kid. Take your first shot. All this and more. Fridays at 9:30.
So, Madeline, should I take my pants off now?
Yeah, sure, whatever. Who are you again?
So we came up with a plan. Pat and Ralph would pass out business cards with our number on it, and I would terrorize those locations.
Whoa! I'm a ghost! I won't hurt you if you appease me! Put all your money on the bed! And, yeah, and your porn, too.
Hello? Yeah. Oh, ghost, you say? Yeah. What's your address? Okay. Yeah, we'll be there in like a couple of minutes. Yeah, okay.
And then the money would come.
Now, tell me exactly what happened.
I heard noises,
Noises. Yeah. Okay.
and my stuff was shaking.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, but that could just be rats. What makes you think this was actually a ghost?
I heard voices. It was talking to me.
Yeah, that does sound like Ghostus Volantis to me.
Yeah, my Aunt Jeanette, she had one of those, and like now, like she can't live without them.
The voice talked to me. It told me to leave all my money on my bed, and
Yeah. Classic Ghostus Volantis. They, really like porn. A little too much, actually. Might have a problem. Maybe should, talk to somebody about that.
So Pat and Ralph would put on a show and say that they were protecting the house. They would tell the client that they would never be bothered by the ghost again. And then the client would pay us. slowly beginning to look up for us. We weren't going to have to rent out my room after all.
Hello?
Hello? Pat and Ralph's residence. Oh, calm down, man. Yeah, we deal with this kind of thing all the time. Just give me your address. Is that the public library? Hold on one second, please. Hey, Pat. Dar didn't go to the public library, did he? Ma'am, we're really busy right now. I'm gonna have to give you a call back. Dar, did you go to the public library?
No, why would I go to the library?
Because reading is like an adventure that like you never have to leave home for.
No, because we just got a call from the public library about a ghost.
Yeah, that was probably just another ghost.
There are other ghosts?
Yeah, I'm not the first ghost.
Yeah, but why wouldn't you tell us that? What the hell are you doing?
I'm trying to make toast.
Yeah, but like every time you eat human food, dude, like we end up having to clean it up.
Yeah, but I think the ghost toaster's the broken one, right?
No, our toaster's the broken one. I didn't even know there was a ghost toaster.
Yeah, how else would I make ghost toast?
Oh, that's a really good question, Ralph.
Hey, watch it!
What just happened?
Well, you hit me in the face, ass.
How could I hit a ghost with a ball?
No. I think the really good question here is how could you hit your friend with a ball, Ralph?
It's because this toaster shot me.
So?
So I became tangible?
Ghosts can become tangible? Pat, do you realize what this means?
We can like invite them to like our dance parties and stuff?
Pat, do you know what tangible means?
No.
Okay, it means we could actually help some people.
Whoa. What do you mean by help people?
I mean, we could be real ghost hunters.
Ghost hunters? Those are my people you're talking about.
Persians?
No, ghosts. Listen, guys, that's completely unacceptable. You can't go around just exterminating ghosts. Those are people I could know. I'm honestly disgusted with the both of you. I just need to take a walk.
Yes, Pat?
Okay, but like if you're like a ghost, that means like you don't have a throat, you know? Then like how do you make like the Persian huss sound?
I'm a ghost. I don't know. How do I make any sounds?
Oh, yeah, that's a really good question, Ralph.
He's just being sensitive, dude. I think we really asked something.
Yeah, I know, we can be like superheroes, you know? But we need like a cool name. Like we can't keep just like answering the phone like, hey, it's Pat and Ralph, you know? We need something nice.
I don't know. Can you think of anything?
Yeah, we can be like Ghostbusters, you know? It's like, it's what we do.
Yeah, it's a really good idea. Somebody already thought of it, though. Remember the movie? We just might get sued if we put it on our flyers and business cards.
So we need like a pun or something?
Yeah, puns are good. Puns are great.
Yeah. Oh, why can't we be like Toast Monsters?
Well, it's a good pun, but we don't really deal with bread or cheese, so.
Ooh, why can't we be like the men who stare at toast?
I'm not really sure why you replaced goats with toast.
I did. I replaced the word ghost with toast. Isn't ghost like the copyrighted word? Didn't you say that? Cliff, the men who stare at ghosts, that's just like a movie. That has nothing to do with what we do.
No, it's... Do you like that movie or something?
No. But I do like the Coen Brothers, though.
No, the Coen Brothers movie.
I know.
I like it. I like the name. I'm gonna call the library back. Hello? Did you say you had a ghost problem? We're on our way.
Hey, dude, I've had this on my mind. If God's omnipotent, you know?
Yeah.
Like, he can do anything, he has the power.
Oh, sure.
Can he, like, per se, create a rock? Like, huge rock that's just too big for him to pick up? Think he could do that?
Oh, hello. My name's Edward. I produce a little show for TSTV called Capital Cineforum. Nobody really knew about us last semester. Thanks. And to be honest, nobody really knows about us this semester either. The fact is, we here at Capital Cineforum have a lot to offer any television audience. It's good. We air student short films made by UT students. You know, movies like... No. Well... And our episodes have fun themes like...
Those films were out of sight.
But we have funny opening sketches too. They tend to be about cat food commercials. It's just sort of a thing. Oh, thanks. So watch Capital Cineforum next semester. Really?
Hey, listen, do you think that maybe we need to take some, like, safety precautions? We're working with a lot of electricity.
Oh, that's a really good question, Ralph. Yeah, so listen, this is like my own device that I made. It's like a cattle prod, but like I up the use and stuff, so like, you know, it has a lot of electric. You can basically just like kill horses with this, you know, it's, you don't want to use this on like anything smaller than like a beaver, you know.
When would you ever encounter a beaver?
Oh, hey guys, what's going on? Hey, why are you guys dressed like that?
This client called me and like he said that there's like a possum, you know, so like I'm just asking Ralph if he can like help us out.
Why are you taking Big Bertha? After we killed that horse, you said I couldn't use it on anything smaller than a beaver.
It's like a really big possum.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, hey, Doc.
Yeah?
I've been meaning to ask you about something.
Yeah, sure.
Well, you know how back a few weeks ago I got a black light for my birthday? Well, I was kind of looking around my room in the bathroom and I noticed all these, like, iridescent kind of stains.
Yeah, that's ectoplasm.
Really? Because they were really just, like, on my towels and some of my belly.
Yep. Yeah, it's ectoplasm.
Well, just because it's, like, really all over the place, I didn't really understand.
Yep. Ectoplasm.
Hey Ralph, do you know like where my goggles are? Like you never know when like an animal's gonna like spray musk like in your face, you know, like to scare you, like keep you like off the scent.
You know what? I only think the ghosts are kind of trying to pee on us. It's on my bed.
Oh.
In my defense, I had no idea anyone could see me at the time. Apparently, after my paranormal activity with the goggles, Pat was able to use them to see into the ghost realm. So Pat and Ralph headed to the library. Behind my back, Pat took his newly improved goggles and his taser brought.
Hey, man, we're here about the ghost problem.
Excuse me, gentlemen. I don't want to cause a panic. I would appreciate your discretion.
Yeah, and you'll get like tons of that, but like first we have to get the ghost.
Dude, that's not being very discreet.
Oh, to be perfectly honest, I don't know what discretion means. Okay. Let's go. Ralph, is it? I'm coming for you.
Did you get it?
Sure. Yeah, zapping it does it. It just like pretty much does it.
So they got paid and went back home without me. And that's how Pat and Ralph started their new career. Pat even started working on new ways to fight the ghosts. He came up with these little devices that would emit an electric shock after about 5 seconds.
I told you I was gonna get revenge.
Whoa, whoa. What are you talking about? You want to fight? Hey, do you think it's disgusting that I'm still wearing it?
This is world spicy.
Gabriel Gibaldi, and I'm sitting here with Gym Class Heroes.
What do you think of Joe Biden's stance on zombie issues?
Oh my God! Oh, he's having a seizure! He's having a seizure! What do I do?
There's not many girls on this show, so I'm
There
so
aren't.
excited. I know.
There aren't.
Who's a flamethrower?
I got a flamethrower. Let's run down to the cafe and get a cherry Coke and some hamburgers.
Video Game Hour Live! Woo!
Texas top dog in the country, the boys of summer are back in town, pool hosts leaving the nest, and brawling in hockey. All that and more, stay tuned. It's Crossfire.
Have you seen Brandon Greenspan?
Taylor's not even here to defend himself.
I'm so excited. Good evening, Austin, Texas, and welcome to College Crossfire. I am your host, Tyler Denning. Want to wish you all a post-Happy Valentine's Day. I know we had our Valentine's Day special, but Happy Valentine's Day to all the lovers out there. Want to give you a quick scoring update of the Texas Longhorns basketball game. 58-35 Longhorns are up at home playing against the Oklahoma State Pokes. You got Gary Johnson with 17 points. Jordan Hamilton currently has 15, and Corey Joseph with 11. So we will be talking a little Texas basketball tonight, along with everything else. Welcome to all my. Have Jordan, Valentine's Day champion. Jason was the returning champion before that. And new to the show, Mr. Garrett Green. We will get to meet all of these people, but we are going to hop into our first question of the evening. And that is going to be the new polls have came out in college basketball. And after the Buckeyes lost in Madison at the hands of the Badgers, maybe teeth of the Badgers, there's been a shakeup in the top 5. Kansas, who had lost to the Longhorns early in the season, and pre-Kansas State loss, mind you, nudged the Longhorns out 14 first-place votes to 13 in the coaches' poll to take over the top position. Number 1 in the one-loss Ohio State fell to 3rd, Texas, obviously, at 2, and the top 5 was closed out by Pittsburgh, who had beat the Horns earlier in the season, if you don't remember, and finally, the defending champion Duke at 5. So, panelists, do you feel that this was the correct order for the top 5? If not, give me yours. Do the Longhorns deserve to be the top in the land? We are going to start with Jordan.
I'm going to say right now I'm torn between Ohio State and Texas for 1 and 2, but I definitely don't think it should be Kansas, since Texas beat Kansas, and Kansas just lost to Kansas State, who is unranked. And Texas, while they do have 3 losses, the big one to Pitt was at the beginning of the season, and Pitt was ranked 4. And Ohio State, why I think they're probably should be number 1, even though, yes, they lost, so technically they shouldn't stay at number 1. They lost to Wisconsin, which a ranked team was a tough game. So I agree with the bottom 3, though.
Okay. All right. On to Jason. What do you think about the top 5?
I got to stay with Ohio State first because I still believe they're the best team in the country. Second, I'm going to go Kansas. Third, I'm going to go Texas only because that stinker against USC, they came out flat, unprepared. It was just not a good game. Otherwise, if they had won that game, I would obviously go with Texas at number 2. Number 4, I'm going to go with Pittsburgh in the Big East. Really tough schedule, still 24-2. And then, of course, my Duke Blue Devils, number 5 in the country, rounding out the top 5.
My Duke Blue Devils, this is a guy who's a Texas Longhorn. He's over here calling them his Duke Blue Devils. Blah, blah, blah. So we're going to kick it on over to Garrett. Garrett, welcome to the show.
Thank you, sir.
What do you think of the new top 5?
You know, I have to disagree with it slightly. I really think that the Horns should be ranked number 1. They have the hardest overall schedule. They've beaten the most ranked teams. I know they had that one loss to USC that was mentioned before, but I think we could throw that one out as a fluke. So I would have Texas at number 1. I'd keep Ohio State at number 2 since they only had that one loss. Then I would knock Pittsburgh up to 3, Kansas down to 4, and Duke rounding it out at number 5.
Wow, that's a very solid answer for your first foray in college crossfire. But I don't agree with the Horns being number 1. I think that there's too many teams that have a case, so I'm going to give the point to Jordan. Jason over here just giving out way too much Duke love for me to appreciate that. So Jordan's going to get the point. Definitely think Ohio State deserves to be number 1. Only one loss. Wisconsin, a very good team. They should do well in the tournament. So Miss Jordan Cannon's going to go ahead and defend her title. She's up 1-0. Head into our second question. Yes, folks, indeed. It's that time of year again. Not all of us are that happy. Hold on to the remaining games of your favorite sport because soon enough, the boys of summer will be back in town. And they're not leaving. It's going to be the only game in town left. Yes, we're talking about baseball, and there's been no better boy of summer, or man, I guess I should say, over the last 10 years than Cardinals first baseman Albert Pujols. In spite of his exceptional play, the mid-market St. Louis Cardinals risk losing their marquee player to the big money economics of Major League Baseball. With today's self-imposed trading deadline passing with no extension in place, does Redbird Albert stand to fly the coop? If so, where will he land? Jason, you got the red shirt with the bird on it. Why don't you go ahead and start it out for us?
Completely unintentional, first of all. But I think he stays with the Cardinals after this year, mainly because nobody outside the Cardinals is going to want to pay him $300 million for 10 years. No athlete at 31 years old should get a 10-year contract. Albert Pujols' slugging percentage has gone down year by year. So as it comes with age, I don't think you're going to get much production out of him at 39 years old for $30 million. So I think he stays with the Cardinals because you look at the Yankees, the Red Sox, and the Phillies all have really good first basemen, all really, really high paid.
Okay. Definitely in today's current economic climate, given a long-term deal like that, it's got to be tough. So we'll see what happens. We're going to kick it on down. Garrett, what's your take on Albert Pujols?
You know,
does he stay? Does he go?
I think he's going to stay with the St. Louis Cardinals, to be totally and completely honest. But if he does go up for free agency because they're not able to work something out, he mentioned the Yankees, the Red Sox, and the Phillies being two of the top teams, or the three top teams. But the fifth team in the payroll is the New York Mets, and they need a first baseman. So I could see him going there if they needed to sign somebody. Not that I think the Mets would be able to shell it out. So I think he's probably going to stay with the Cardinals.
The Mets, definitely have their problems with credit and Mr. Bernie Madoff and everything that's gone on. So I don't know, frankly, if they can afford to snag Mr. Pujols, but they definitely have a hole at first base. Jordan, what do you think?
I have to agree with everyone else. I don't think he's going to leave. He's said that he wants to stay with the Cardinals for his career. And I think the Cardinals letting him go would be like Indianapolis letting Peyton Manning go. You know, I think he's a marquee player, and I think they're going to do as much as they can to keep him there.
Peyton Manning was actually given the franchise tag by the Indianapolis Colts this week, so he should stay in Colts white. I'm going to give the point to Jason. They all stayed with the same answer, but Jason showed some Redbird spirit by wearing a red shirt. So
I'm a Houston Astro fan.
Jason got the point. He had a good answer as well. I find it hard to believe that Albert will be flying the coop. They may get it done on a shorter-term deal, so we will see. On to our last question before the break. Recent article chronicling the recruiting process of top defensive end Jadeveon Clowney had him claiming that his favorite players were Ricky Williams and Vince Young, and his favorite team, none other than the Texas Longhorns. In spite of such, the Longhorns never feigned any interest in the top recruit in the country. With the popular and ever-expanding reach of the Texas name, the Longhorns are able to land practically any recruit in the country. In spite of such, Texas stays at home with all but one recruit coming from out of state on the last class, which was able to be in the top 5 still. So, panelists, my question to you is, given the Longhorns' ability to land this top talent, is it time to maybe start looking out of state for a couple players? Garrett, you're going to go ahead and kick it off for us.
I think it's absolutely time that Texas starts looking outside of the state of Texas for top recruits. This is a team that's been in national championship contention 3 out of the last 6 years and is a brand name program. Plus, two, you bring in 4 assistant coaches in this offseason that are out of the SEC. You have a guy who comes from Tennessee, a guy who comes from Georgia, from Mississippi State. These guys should be able to go into the SEC where they've recruited before and pull guys out and get us a couple of top recruits. They absolutely need to break up that SEC monopoly in the South, bring some of that talent to Texas.
Definitely sounds like Garrett came to play today. Jordan, what do you think? Should Texas steer out of the great state?
I absolutely agree with Garrett. Again, I think they should. With the clout that Texas has, and especially after the last season, why not at least go look at them? You have this great reputation. You could get basically any prospect that you want. Why not go look for it to strengthen the team? And while it's nice to have us be a roster full of Texas boys, we need some help.
All right, so she thinks we should look out of state as well. Jason, what's your opinion on the matter?
I was always taught if it's not broke, why fix it? 46 NFL players that went to UT, 40 of them came from the state of Texas. This is one of the top 3 states that produce high school football teams and players. You need to stay in state, stay with your pipeline. I agree, you can go look out at a couple of prospects, but there are so many players, so much potential in Texas. Why go away from your backyard?
That is a very strong answer, but I'm going to give Garrett his first point of College Crossfire. Jason, very compelling argument. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Well, last year it was broke, and he made a very good point. You got some coaches that are coming from other parts of the country and should be able to dip in there. I'm not saying the whole roster needs to be made up of out-of-state boys. Obviously, Texas knows one thing very well, and that's football. But it's worth grabbing a couple. So we will give you a scoring update on our game here and also the Longhorns basketball game after the break, so stay tuned. You got a lot College Crossfire and Texas Student Television. We'll see you in a second.
Texas Student Television is a fantastic place for students that want to learn about television. You see, we'll teach you things, cool things. Things like, what's a jib? What's a jib? This is a jib. In fact, I believe we're using a jib right now in order to film this promo. But you see, it's not all about the learning. TSTV also has a bunch of cool shows you want to watch. Shows that have to do with news, sports, comedy, we got it all. Because here at TSTV, we're entertaining and educational, just not at the same time.
Welcome back to College Crossfire. I want to give you a quick scoring update on our game here before we hop into our next round of questions. One's all across the board. Very easy for you. Turning champion Jordan Cannon here from the Valentine's Day episode with 1 point. Jason Remmert in his Valentine's Day red with 1 point. A newcomer with his Valentine's Day red hair with 1 point as well. Garrett,
we got all three colors.
That's what we do over here. So this is our individual block. There are 3 questions randomly assigned, and each panelist, they don't know which question they're going to be answering. And we're going to kick it off with little hockey, and it's going to be handled by Mr. Jason Remmert. Jason, after last week's drop-all brawl between the Islanders and the Penguins, pundits from all angles, owners, players, they've all chimed in with an opinion of fighting amongst opposing players in the NHL. Historically, hockey is one of the only sports to condone players actually fighting one another with little to no consequence. As the fans, refs, young children, the children, they all look on. Hockey tough guys have always defended the violence by saying it's a way that the players police themselves, much akin to pitchers intentionally hitting batters in baseball. It's also one of the more exciting elements in a sport that sometimes lacks some excitement and viewership. So, Jason, my question to you is, does fighting deserve a place in the game of hockey? Jason,
absolutely, because I think that's one of the reasons that people actually go to the games. People actually go to the hockey games so they can see fights. That's one of the reasons that I'd want to go to a hockey game. I want to see an all-out brawl. Maybe not so much of a little bit of a joke between the goalies, but I love hockey fights. You get to see them duke it out, swing until they finally fall, and then they get to be broken up. But yes, fighting does have a spot in hockey. That's the only reason I would go to the game.
Wow, sounds like Jason's a big fan of fighting in hockey. Now, Jason, I got a question for you. When was the last time you actually went to a hockey game?
I went to an Austin Ice Bats game my 6th grade.
When was that?
6th grade.
6th grade, wow. So it's been a little while, so obviously hockey's not out there. And if he's not going since 6th grade, they obviously need some help. Fighting shouldn't go. I like your point. It's part of the game. It's always been around. I don't think it should go anywhere. One bad night shouldn't put a black eye on the whole sport. So I'm going to go ahead and I will give you 2 points for your answer. Very nice. Heading into our next question, a little legal matter here. We will slide a little football and a little Super Bowl, excuse me. Garrett's going to take care of this one. 400 displaced Super Bowl fans now have a choice of 4 options regarding compensation for the temporary seating hassle at Jerry World. First option, face value for their tickets at $2,400. Option number 2, tickets, lodging, and airfare for any future Super Bowl of their choosing. Third option, $5,000 or greater if proven to cover expenses lost for Super Bowl 45. Final option, they can join up in litigation against the NFL, the Dallas Cowboys, and Jerry Jones himself. Hey, it's America. You get wrong, just sue. So, Garrett, my question to you is, you're one of the wrong. What would you choose to do?
Well, I would go with option number 2 because these are 2 teams that have a very good chance of getting back to the Super Bowl. I mean, the Steelers, they have an established quarterback in Ben Roethlisberger. Green Bay has an established quarterback in Aaron Rodgers. They both have solid defenses. So if I'm a fan of one of those teams, I'm betting that my team's going to be able to make it back to the Super Bowl in the next year or 2, and I'm going to take the all-inclusive package to whatever the next Super Bowl is in either Indianapolis or New Orleans and hope my team makes it back soon enough.
You know what? I wholeheartedly agree with you 100%. You got to take, I mean, you never know. There may be a future Super Bowl that would be a great Super Bowl. So you got to just pocket that and say, you know what? I'm going to hold out for a really good Super Bowl. Why would you sue? I mean, come on. Like, you know what? That's just the way it happens. It didn't happen for you. Go to another Super Bowl. You can get put up. You never know who it's going to be and where it's going to be. So I'm going to give you 2 points. Very good answer. Heading into our last question, which is obviously going to be handled by the lovely Miss Jordan Cannon. Jordan, my question for you. The NBA and the coaching profession as a whole lost one of its best this past week when Utah Jazz head coach Jerry Sloan decided to resign mid-season. 4th all-time in wins in the NBA. So, Jordan, my question to you is, across all sports, is Mr. Sloan the best coach to have never won a championship?
No.
No?
No. It's kind of hard to compare across all sports, but just in the basketball realm, Don Nelson, although he did coach longer, he had more wins, and he never won a championship. So there's one example just in the NBA of a more, I don't know how I'm supposed to word this.
I guess you would say,
you know what I'm talking about.
The better of the losers?
Yes, exactly. Thank you.
So you think that there's a coach, specifically with Don Nelson, that has a better case for being...
And that's just one, I'm sure.
The more accomplished loser, I guess you would call them. I'm going to give you 1 point because Don Nelson's just won a lot of games. Jerry Sloan actually got to some finals with some very great players. And you know what? The guy should have won a title, and I don't see him coming back to coaching, so that's my thought. But Don Nelson's a very good pull. That's going to grab you a point. We will give you a scoring update on the flip side as we go into our rapid-fire round coming out of the break. So, Texas Student Television, College Crossfire. Keep it locked. See you in a second.
Hi, I'm Jorge Olivares.
And I'm Catherine Barrett.
Coming up today, a UT professor has changed my final exam. What does this mean for my grades and my future?
And a midday marathon through San Jacinto is keeping me from getting to class on time.
This just in, an affiliate reporter has just informed me that her class has been canceled on Friday. What does that mean for her pre-weekend plans? We'll tell you after the break.
Welcome back to College Crossfire. Tyler Denning here. Want to give you a quick scoring update before we head into the rapid fire round. We're going to start all the way on the left-hand side. Our newbie of the night, Mr. Garrett Green. He has 3 points in the middle. Jason Remmert, he has 3 points as well. And Jordan Cannon, she's the bottom dog, I guess you would say. But she has 2 points. Anything is possible. Rapid fire round here. Points are worth 2. So any one of these contestants can win the game. Starting with trivia. Coming into tonight's game, Texas brought in a streak of 224 consecutive minutes without trailing an opponent. The Longhorns have been able to get out the fast starts over the last 5 games, posting an average scoring margin of positive 16.8 points in the first half. So, panelists, who was the last team that the Longhorns trailed against?
UConn. Oklahoma State.
Bam! Mr. Garrett Green is going to grab the 2 points 5 games ago in conference play against the Oklahoma State Cowboys, on the road. Texas did trail. Looks like they're going to wrap things up tonight, though, and get another win. They had won the previous game, but Texas playing very well. Garrett's going to grab the 2 points, go out to a 2-point lead over Jason Remmert. Heading into our next question, that's going to be word association, and that word, this is actually a phrase. I want the first thing that comes to y'all's mind, and that's going to be Mr. Michael Jordan making a comeback at 50. The first thing you think, Jordan, is?
Epic, epic, epic.
Epic, epic, epic from Jordan. Jason, what are your thoughts on an MJ comeback?
I'm a horrible owner, so I've got to try to make it back up on the court.
All right, how about on over to Garrett? What's your first thought?
Brett Favre sent me this text message. He said it was a good idea.
That's hard to beat. I mean, Jason was good, but I'm going to go ahead and give the 2 points. He's running away with it here. I think he's already our champion. But we still have one last question. Let's not kill the drama. Caption this. We are going to pop you a photo, and I want the best caption, so we will work our way down the line. Jordan can start first. People, show me my picture. Got the world's favorite sport there. Obviously not our favorite sport up here at TSTV. I think maybe Taylor Rush would have a disagreement there. Caption this. We have a smaller gentleman pointing at a taller gentleman. Jordan, what would you put your caption here?
I can take you, man.
I don't know if it's as good as last week, sure. Nom, nom, nom.
Can't beat that.
So, valiant effort. Jason, what you got for me?
I really don't like that you stole my wife.
You know those soccer players, man. Hey, NBA players, they all do it. Garrett, what you got for me?
One of these days, man. One of these days.
One of these days, what?
I don't know.
What's going to happen one of these days? I like Jason. I'm going to give him the 2 points, but unfortunately, that's not going to give him enough to get over. The trivia really helped him out, grabbing that Oklahoma State. UConn, they did trail. They lost that game, but 5 games, man. I mean, come on. So, Garrett Green, newbie, first timer. He's going to go ahead and win his very first appearance. Go ahead and address the camera. What you got for us?
All right. Well, I am from Arlington, Texas, so I am a big Texas Rangers fan. And whenever Cliff Lee left in this offseason, you know, I was upset about it. I was just glad he didn't go to the Yankees, though. Didn't think of it as a LeBron situation until he showed up for pitchers and catchers this weekend. When they were interviewing him and asking about why he left the Texas Rangers, he said, and I quote, "Because I felt like Philadelphia was the best place to win a world championship." Really, Cliff Lee? Weren't you just pitching in a World Series with the Texas Rangers last year? And weren't they willing to give you 7 years with a young squad that's up and coming to come after and try and win another World Series? Oh, and didn't you give up 7 runs in Game 1? Don't expect to get any praise when you come back to Arlington, Cliff. Just get out of here, man.
Nothing better than a fan scorned. Little Valentine's love episode. Sounds like we got the heartbreak right here. Look no further than the Cleveland Cavaliers, who actually defeated the LA Lakers tonight. Nobody saw that one coming, so there is hope maybe Texas can get back there without their man. Stay tuned next week. We will have an all-baseball show for you. We're definitely going to hop into the MLB. Texas starting out this weekend as well. 4-game set against the Maryland Terrapins. Friday day, 3 p.m. opening day, so get out there and support your Longhorns. Definitely check out the basketball team as well in action Saturday against Nebraska. So, for Mr. Garrett Green, who will be joining us next week, Jason Remmer, you can always catch him on Sports on the Hump Day on KVRX, and Jordan Cannon. Just go to the Slim Center. You'll find her there working around. So, for all my panelists, very good show. Stay tuned Monday night. You will catch 2 episodes of College Press Box, the baseball and softball preview, and then also our regular show, 9:30 p.m., and then also come back next week for College Crossfire. For everybody here at Texas Student Television, I'm Tyler Denning. Y'all have a wonderful week. Peace.
Oh, that was grand, wasn't it? I'm Wes, one of the producers of Video Game Hour Live. Here on Video Game Hour Live, we do a lot of fun and wacky stuff, but it doesn't usually air on TV. But now, here's your chance to see what we do behind the scenes.
Mega Woman's in the freaking kitchen cooking Mega Man's pancakes. That's what Mega Woman's doing.
Really,
And someone's calling me. God. Oh! Let me tell you, girl. Let me tell you, that guy the other day, that man. Oh God. Check it out. Check it out. Look at it. Look at it. God, man. It's okay. Oh man, I need to like punch a baby or something.
Oh, it's not a big deal, Wesley.
You want me to do like a higher tone? And my phone's ringing. I am sorry. That's very unprofessional.
You're a smart ass.
Legendary villain Albert Wesker makes his return to take over the world using his favorite strategy, and mine, killing everyone he doesn't like. The story is... Yay!
It's like,
Billy, did you there's a woman over here. Will.
No, I'm all right.
Okay.
Oh God! Does that work? Oh God!
You're a bitch. You. You.
I'm running out of shoes. Get President Bush.
The light fell over.
Hey,
Okay.
hey, don't throw it at the equipment. What in the hell are you thinking of?
Stay tuned.
I didn't know you were going to pull it out. Keep going.
Leah, I think you're losing your feminine side here. I think you need to be reminded of it and come back to your chi. You know, come back. Just come back.
F that. Let's go on to
Oh my gosh.
whatever we have next.
Oh my gosh. I can't believe we didn't even know what's going on
I didn't know
next.
what's going on. What do we have next? Oh,
Street
Street
Fighter
Fighter.
4.
Okay.
Let's take a look at it.
What?
Oh!
Well, that was, Really, Wesley? Really?
Sorry. Okay, keep going. Keep going.
Come here.
Okay, let's do it again.
Problem speaking English. Something okay?
Well, that was a little bit of Video Game Hour Live. Hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to check out our show Tuesdays at 9 o'clock, only on TSTV.